Okay, so I am re-recording um, our first session since I neglected to record it by accident the first time around. So I'm gonna just go through the visualization and the tapping. And so hopefully this will be a nice, concise video. Okay, so everybody take a nice deep breath and close your eyes. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the chair supporting you. Take another deep breath. I want you to imagine, with your eyes closed, imagine that your mind can paint a picture of a cute little baby. Imagine what it would be like if your mind could easily paint a picture of this little baby, so sweet, brand new. And I now want you to imagine that that baby is you. Maybe you were just born, or maybe you're a couple weeks old. And just let yourself be curious about that. And I want to suggest that it's okay if it feels like you're just making it up. You can let your mind do that. Just trust that your mind is going to paint the picture that you need to see. I want you to see that baby there and just breathe. Now, if you want, you can make a request to your unconscious mind to let you see that picture even more clearly. See the baby with even more detail. Is it daytime or is it nighttime? As you're seeing this baby, are you alone or is there someone nearby? Just want you to search for those impressions. There are no right or wrong answers here, and we're not looking for a specific memory. We're simply looking for impressions of a time when you were very little. And we're going to trust that your mind will get the information that you need to see. So your eyes are still closed, and I want you to see that little baby. And check in with that baby about some thoughts. And I want you to try and feel on a scale from 0 to 10 how true these statements are. 0 being not true at all, and 10 being completely true. 10 is totally true. So the statements are, I'm not safe here. I don't feel safe or wanted or like I belong. It's not safe. See how true those statements feel with your impression of the baby. And you can just try and get a sense of the number. Again, we're not looking for anything specific. We're just looking for impressions. Okay, make a note of that number. And we are going to start doing some tapping. So up on your eyebrow point. There I am, just a small little baby. I just came through into this tiny body, into this tiny nervous system. And I'm flooded with feelings and sensations. My nervous system is flooded. Maybe at times I feel safe and loved. With warmth surrounding me. And at other times, alone, scared, and screaming. It makes me wonder if I'm meant to be here. Do these people really want me? Do I belong here? Because they feel conflicted. And it doesn't feel completely safe for me. Am I really meant to be here? On this planet, with this family? Is it safe for me to be here? There I am, crying, angry, and scared. Maybe I even had a little birth trauma. Or maybe I learned right away that I wasn't wanted. Or I didn't fit in. I felt immediately like something was off. That I wasn't fully wanted. Or maybe not wanted at all. Maybe I sensed that even in loving me, my parents were limited in some way. And there are parts of me that don't want to see that. And there's fear gripping my nervous system. Maybe even shocked and confused. So much shock and confusion. Is this how it's going to be? Never feeling like I belong? Never feeling fully wanted? It fills me with fear and sadness. I feel so alone. And I just want to honor that. It's no wonder I have all this fear and sadness. My little baby wanted to be loved and adored at all times. And for whatever reason, or for a million reasons, I didn't have an ideal beginning. So much fear, confusion, anger, and sadness. It just doesn't feel safe. Maybe the world doesn't feel safe. I don't feel secure. And I just want to honor that. These feelings are here for a reason. These feelings that were programmed into my nervous system. For whatever reason. Or for a million reasons. And I totally honor this baby and everything it's feeling. Okay, take a nice deep breath. Okay. I ask you to tune back into that baby and see how the baby looks now. See if you can get more clarity on what it's feeling, sensations around it, and any other impressions. Is it anger? Terror even? Shock and confusion? Like, what am I doing here? This is the wrong place. Anything along those lines. Stay with it for just a minute. Okay, focusing back in on that little baby. We're going to do some more tapping. Okay, up on your eyebrow point. The energy running through this baby. It's so hard to acknowledge it. I don't want to see it or feel it. I feel so alone. Terror, anger, fear, sadness, and confusion in such a tiny little body. Terror reaping through my system. Maybe even anger. Because there's a part of me that knew that it's not supposed to be this way. Maybe even anger at God. This is a mistake. This is a mistake. I am not supposed to be here. There's too much pain. This place is too scary. It's not safe. And I totally honor that. There's so much hurt and raw fear running through my system. And I just want to honor that. And these swirling questions, this confusion. From the earliest moments, I had confusion. Why am I here? This is wrong. They are supposed to love me and keep me safe no matter what. And they're not doing it right. It's their one job to keep me safe. Anger and fear in my tiny body. And I've carried it my whole life. Anger and fear always come first because of this. And loneliness. I see it so clearly now. And it's no wonder. My little baby wanted to be loved and adored at all times. And for whatever reason, or a million reasons, I didn't have an ideal beginning. And I just want to honor that. Okay, take a nice deep breath. You're going to tune into that baby again. And sometimes, even if the tapping wasn't intense for you, but you do the tapping, suddenly your picture might, and the visualization might appear to you a little differently. Maybe your baby is even a little softer. But keeping your eyes closed and the picture in your mind of your little baby, I want you to step into that picture. as the adult that you are today. And I want you to bring a lot of love to that little baby. A lot of love. And you can tell him it's okay. I'm here for you and I'll keep you safe now. Let that baby know you and understand and confirm for that little one that you have lots of growing up to do. And it's okay because I am all grown up and I'm doing things differently one step at a time. And it's going to be okay. Now imagine that you can pour love from your heart into the tiny heart of that little baby. Pour all the love that you have for that little baby into their heart. Let it feel what unconditional love feels like. Because you love that baby even with its fears, even with its rage. And because there's potential for every child to feel those emotions. Let them know that you're loving them even with their faults, their humanity, their body. Let them know you're loving them for their light as well as their dark. And you're loving them unconditionally. Like an amazing aunt or uncle or friend that swooped in to be there just for you when your parents couldn't be in some way. And I want you to tell that little baby something very important. You have a right to be here. The right to be seen, accepted, and loved. And you belong here. And if you feel some sort of resistance to that, it's okay. Just make a note of it in your mind. You'll be working on it. So say to that little child, I have a right to be here, the right to be seen and accepted and loved. And I belong here right where I am. The child may or may not believe you, and that's okay. Now we're going to shift the picture, shift back to this present moment. Sitting in your chair, wherever you are, with your feet on the floor, I want you to feel solid in your body. Let your mind come down into your body. Feel your feet touching the floor and the chair supporting you. And feel rooted in your body. That no matter what size you are, what state of health you're in, that you belong here. You have a right to be here and claim this space and energy in your first chakra. And just do the last part here from the experiences of this child and the things that have happened in your life. Your nervous system has continued to remind you that the world is unsafe. And if you push boundaries, it will be unsafe. It's only safe to a point. And all the things that feel unsafe, whether it's criticism, disappointment, physical unsafety, they lurk literally just outside of your comfort zone. And your nervous system has been reminding you of this every time you try to do things differently, to get into shape, to eat healthy. They're all extensions of that belief that it's not safe to be here and that you don't belong. And it's just not true. But your nervous system reacts as if the truth is that food is scarce and that abandonment happens and danger is lurking everywhere. So your nervous system will run like that on a daily basis and create more and more anxiety in you the more you try to do things differently. The primitive fight or flight response that fills your system with cortisol every time fear arises. Operating at that level in your nervous system with mental like hypervigilance is totally draining, exhausting, and it can be healed if you continue to work through this. So thank you. I'm glad you are making the effort to listen and go through the process again. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Okay, bye.